Let's jump right in today. We're starting with a rapid check. In 30 seconds, you'll see exactly how much power your legs have left. Fact is, once you pass 60, those lower limbs are the very first part of you that starts to fade. What you're about to learn might shock you because most folks totally miss it. It's already happening before your legs start feeling heavier week after week. No gear. No standing up. Just your honest truth. Start with a perfect 5-point lead. I'll list 5 red flags that your strength is fading. For every one that hits home, subtract 1 point. Ready? First, do your feet feel heavy after a normal day without any intense effort? If so, subtract 1. That heaviness is a major sign your muscles aren't firing like they used to. Second, do you feel shaky when rising? Like your legs need time to wake up? If yes, subtract 1. That lag means your muscles aren't activating properly anymore. Number 3, do your ankles feel tight or stiff by evening? If so, lose a point. That pressure builds when your leg muscles stop working as a solid team, which eventually kills your mobility. On to 4. Do midnight calf cramps ever wake you up? If so, lose 1. That's a loud signal your muscles are gasping for what they need to stay strong. 5th, have you noticed your legs feeling slower or weaker than a few years back? If yes, drop that final point. Tally it up. Here is the secret most people miss. Strength doesn't vanish overnight. It drains away slowly while you aren't looking, until basic things like the stairs feel like a massive climb. Experts call this sarcopenia, essentially muscle loss tied to your age. Research confirms that after 60, you can lose vital power every single year. In some cases, half of your muscle function can disappear as you get older, and your legs are the front line, where this decline hits hardest, making daily life feel heavier without you even realizing. If you scored 5, you're still solid, and this routine will keep you that way. A 3 or 4 means your body is already waving a warning flag. This is your prime moment to act before real weakness takes over. Scored 2 or lower. Pay close attention today, but don't lose heart. Get excited, because the weaker your legs feel right now, the bigger the gains you'll see in just 2 weeks. Before we roll, tell me this. Where are you tuning in from today? I reply to as many comments as humanly possible, and your story might be the spark someone else needs right now. Now, listen up. Hit pause this second and drop your score in the comments. This is your baseline. Follow my lead, then return in 14 days for a rematch. I'm certain you'll feel your stride getting lighter and more stable step by step. But here is what should really worry you. Odds are, you're unintentionally draining your leg power through a common daily habit you haven't even noticed. Weak legs don't just happen suddenly while you sleep. It's a slow decline caused when muscles forget how to fire up correctly. Here is the real shocker for us. Even active seniors might be moving in ways that actually sabotage their long-term mobility and strength. Here is the fantastic news. A few easy tweaks can reignite dormant fibers and rebuild that lost lower body power. Expect your legs to feel energized and light in just a few short weeks. I'm showing you 3 moves designed to give your legs the specific spark they've been lacking lately. They are very easy. Stay seated the whole time and finish in under 10 minutes total. Stick around, because the first drill is a game changer for your balance and overall walking confidence. Let's start now. Move number 3. Seated heel iso hold. Believe it or not, regaining vitality doesn't require heavy lifting or even standing up from your chair. For most folks over 60, this sedentary gap is where decay begins, despite regular daily walks. It begins while seated. If your limbs feel heavy lately, please listen up. If you feel sluggish or wobbly, this is your starting line because it's where the root issues often hide. Strength fades once key muscle groups stop receiving the right signals. Aging isn't the real thief of your mobility. It's actually something far simpler than that. You lose power because muscles aren't being switched on correctly anymore. This happens during long sit times. That is why this heel press is so effective. It looks basic but hits deep. By driving your heels firmly down and maintaining that tension, you ignite the massive muscle chains in your hips and thighs. These are the engines you need for standing, walking, or tackling any stairs. You're also re-establishing that vital mental link to your lower body. Most lose that neural bond, yet they often trip up on one specific detail. People either apply zero effort or blast through it without any real focus. Consequently, muscles stay dormant, and the brain never gets the message to rebuild. Result? Zero real progress. Let's do this. Grab a solid chair, planting feet hip-width apart on the floor. Sit tall without leaning back. Gradually drive both heels down, as if you're trying to shove the floor away. You'll notice your thighs hardening and your legs firing up. Maintain that squeeze for 5 to 10 seconds before easing off to finish one rep. Aim for 8 to 10 repetitions, keeping every motion smooth and deliberate. Really tune into those muscles awakening. Feeling a bit of warmth or a light burn? That means it is working perfectly. Crucial tip: keep breathing and never hold your breath now. Many do this by mistake, which actually hinders how your muscles respond. Keep your breathing steady while your upper body stays loose. Avoid using your toes. This power comes strictly from your heels. Focus the power in your heels to fully wake up the back of your legs. Here is exactly what you will see. Stick with this twice daily, and you will likely feel a massive shift within 7 to 14 days. Getting up becomes effortless. Your mobility improves, and that heavy, tired sensation finally starts to vanish. You are doing more than strengthening. You are actually rebooting your muscles. Try this out with me right now. Push those heels down. Hold that tension, and then let go. Drop the word press in the comments if you can feel those muscles engaging. I check every single comment to make sure you are staying on track with me. Plus, your progress might be the spark someone else needs. Most people overlook this, but it actually wakes your lower body while seated. However, standing reveals true instability, so do not stop now. If you want real results, you need more than a slight improvement to handle balancing or taking those first steps safely. That is why this next move is a total game changer. It zeroes in on that exact moment where people feel their stability failing. Let us dive into exercise 2, the toe lift with controlled lowering. This issue usually creeps up unnoticed until it suddenly impacts your daily life. For those over 60, this is the primary way lower body weakness takes hold. It can happen even if you are still taking daily walks. Once your strength dips, your ability to control movement is the next to go. Everything seems fine at first. Then the shift happens almost overnight. You lose that steady feeling while standing. Your stride shortens, and you start hesitating before moving. Your legs are not just weak. They have simply stopped communicating with your brain effectively. When that reaction time slows down, every movement feels like a struggle. Walking feels shaky, and turns feel uncertain. Even basic motions feel dangerous as your physical control begins to slide away. Raw power is useless without precision, which is why this specific drill is so vital. This controlled toe lift fires up the muscles along the front of your shins. Most people completely ignore these muscles, yet they are crucial for total stability. These muscles pull your toes up to clear the floor, ensuring your gait stays smooth. If they fail, you start shuffling and taking much smaller, less certain steps. Your precision disappears, and your body starts making bad habits to compensate for the weakness. That is when you start feeling wobbly and lose trust in your own two legs. Here is the biggest mistake. People try to rush through the motion. They just snap their feet up and down aimlessly. Doing that prevents your muscles from learning how to actually stabilize you. Your neural pathways do not reset, so you never see real improvement. To do this right, sit tall in your chair, with feet firmly planted. Pin those heels down and pull your toes toward the ceiling as high as possible. Feel that engagement in your shins and hold it there for a split second. Now, ease your feet back down with total, deliberate control. That slow descent is exactly where you rebuild your balance and stability. Aim for 5 seconds per repetition. Lift, hold, and slowly lower, repeating this 10 to 12 times. Move with purpose and stay perfectly steady. Prioritize mastery over momentum. Feeling a gentle warmth in your thighs is a fantastic indicator. It signifies that those dormant muscle fibers are finally clicking back into gear. Pay close attention now. Avoid any leaning or rocking your body during this specific motion. Maintain a tall, steady posture while keeping both heels firmly anchored to the ground. Lifting those heels ruins the impact. We are aiming for precision rather than sheer force. Accuracy is everything. Stick with this daily, and you can expect some remarkable shifts. Most people start seeing a visible transformation in just 7 to 14 days. Every step you take will start feeling significantly more fluid. Your feet will feel nimble as that shaky, unstable sensation vanishes while you stand tall. Your limbs are finally responding again. And that changes the entire game. Give this a quick try. Slowly peel your toes upward. Pause. Then release. If you feel that light tension in your shins, drop the word lift in the comments. I personally check the feedback, and seeing your wins truly inspires the whole community. Your progress gives others the courage to start, proving they aren't alone in this struggle. Yet, there is one vital element that almost everyone seems to overlook. Reclaiming muscular control is great, but it is only one piece of the puzzle. Real vulnerability shows up when your foundation fails to support you while standing. Quitting now means you might feel fine sitting, but the struggle returns the moment you rise. Our final drill is the most crucial because it ties every benefit together perfectly. It combines raw power, total coordination, and functional everyday movement. This move specifically protects the freedom and independence you need after 60. Let's dive into exercise number 1, the deliberate sit. To stand with a midway freeze. This is the ultimate test. It reveals exactly how well your legs function in real-world scenarios. Rising from a chair was once a mindless habit you performed thousands of times. Eventually, things shift, and you find yourself depending much more on your hands. You might lean further or hesitate for a second before finally pushing yourself up. It isn't just about aging. Your legs simply aren't firing with the same explosive energy. Mastering this specific motion is what truly defines your mobility after 60. If your legs buckle here, every other daily activity becomes a massive mountain to climb. From walking to balancing, it all starts here, making this the core of our routine. This pause and hold technique does far more than just tone your lower body. It builds the practical, functional strength your body demands every single day. More importantly, it syncs your muscles to work in harmony when you need them most. Here is the biggest mistake. Most people try to rush through the entire movement. They lunge upward, snap their joints, and collapse back down without any restraint. Moving like that prevents your muscles from actually engaging and growing stronger. You end up relying on simple physics and momentum instead of actual muscle power. That lazy habit actually makes you weaker, so let's learn the correct way to do it. Find a sturdy seat and plant your feet flat, roughly shoulder width apart. Carefully slide your hips toward the very front edge of the seat. Keep your spine straight and proud as you begin your slow ascent. Now for the most important part. Freeze halfway through the motion. Hold that hovering position for exactly 2 to 3 seconds. Feel your quads burning as your legs and core lock in to stabilize your frame. Finish the stand completely. Then lower yourself back down with total, Mindful control. Ease down, don't crash. That's a single rep done right. Knock out 6 to 8 reps. Keep it steady. And prioritize form over racing through it. Use your hands for balance if necessary, but let your quads do the heavy lifting. Pro tip: keep those knees from buckling toward each other while you're pushing up. Line them up with your toes and truly embrace that midway hold. That isometric hold is where the magic happens. Check out these upcoming results. Daily consistency is key, and you'll start seeing some serious physical upgrades fast. In 7 to 14 days, rising up becomes effortless, and your base feels rock solid. That getting up dread vanishes as your system hardwires these new movement patterns. You're training for peak power. Let's knock out a quick practice rep together right now. Rise steady. Hold it. Then lock it out. Feeling that burn in your lower body? Drop the word "stand" in the comments. I'm checking the feedback, and your wins inspire the rest of the community here. Real talk. Most people face this exact struggle. Sooner or later in life, you aren't stuck with it. Here is the secret sauce most folks totally miss. Gains are possible, but skipping this next crucial step will absolutely stall your progress. Improvements might evaporate quietly, causing your lower body to revert to its old state. You could lose those hard-earned gains even if you're still hitting the gym daily. This ignored 60-second hack is the ultimate game changer nobody mentions. It dramatically improves how recovered and fresh your limbs feel when you wake up. Don't click away yet, because the next segment is the most vital part. This last strategy ensures your movement feels fluid, balanced, and incredibly lightweight every day. Expect total mobility starting tomorrow. Let's dive right into the details. This tiny 60-second window is what separates the pros from the average Joes. It completely transforms that physical sensation the next time you push off the chair. Hitting all 3 movements still leaves one massive hurdle left to clear. Long sits make your lower body power down and lose its edge. They won't die, but they'll feel sluggish and wobbly when you try to move. That's when the stutter happens, that split second where your brain and body disconnect. Without a quick reboot, that frailty returns regardless of your previous workout sessions. Training alone won't work. Here is the secret to total recalibration. Take 60 seconds to prep before rising, especially after a long Netflix marathon. Spend 1 minute waking up those limbs. Keep your butt planted and feet level. Kick things off by driving those heels into the floor for a brief moment. Transition into controlled toe raises, lifting and lowering them with pure intention. Sustain this for 20 to 30 seconds. Then execute one ultra-slow standing transition. Forget speed. Focus purely on a perfect, deliberate rep. This basic move is potent, forcing those dormant muscle fibers to fire back up. You're re-establishing the direct link between your brain and your lower half. You're prepping your engine before you actually hit the gas pedal. Physical frailty usually hits when you are caught off guard. It strikes the instant you jump into action without any warm-up. That is when your base fails. However, this 60-second reboot shifts your entire physical state instantly. Your limbs react faster, and your stability becomes rock solid. That nagging pause you feel before getting up is about to vanish. Most folks notice a massive shift almost instantly. It is not just about raw power. Your body is finally operating exactly how it was designed to. Here is the plan. Next time you go to rise from your seat, whether it is a chair, the sofa, or your mattress, take 60 seconds to try this quick reset. If you feel even a bit steadier, drop the word "ready" in the comment section. I personally check through as many of your responses as possible, and your journey could give someone else the courage to take that vital first stride. Truth is, your legs are not failing you. They just forgot how to fire up correctly. Once they click back into gear, every movement starts feeling effortless. If you remember only one thing today, let it be this. Leg power fades early, but it is totally reversible. Your lower body is not just succumbing to the calendar. Those muscles are simply going quiet, losing their spark, and lacking vital engagement. Over time, that inactivity breeds frailty. But here is the exciting part. You have just discovered exactly how to flip that switch. Forget grueling gym sessions. These tiny movements retrain your limbs to function perfectly again. You kick things off with mindfulness. That 30-second check showed you your starting point. Then you fired them up. You woke up muscles that have been hibernating far too long. You reclaimed control. You helped your frame navigate the world with total precision. Finally, you tapped into genuine functional horsepower, the specific kind that matters when you stand, stroll, or take that initial step. That is the ultimate goal. Real strength is not about lifting heavy plates. It is about how reliably your body carries you through your daily routine, leaving a chair, crossing the hallway, or hitting the stairs without a second thought. These wins define your freedom. Honestly, your autonomy is not slipping away. You are merely one simple habit away from winning it back. Your legs are still there. They are just waiting for a wake-up call. Give them the right trigger, and they will respond one pace at a time. Most people start feeling a total transformation within 7 to 14 days. It is not magic. It is just your anatomy finally working according to its original blueprint. Do not wait for things to get tougher. Get started this very moment. Stay on track and give your body the care it earned. This is only the beginning. If this helped you at all, join our community by hitting that subscribe button, so you never miss a routine that makes your daily life easier. Every single week, I deliver practical, easy-to-follow methods, built specifically for the over 60 crowd to keep you vigorous and independent for years to come. If you have a friend, a parent, or someone special in your life who is dealing with wobbly legs or balance issues, please send this their way. This might be the exact breakthrough they have been praying for. Before you head out, I want to hear from you. Which part of your legs feels most vulnerable? Just put one word in the comments. Heavy, shaky, or exhausted. I read through as many as I can, and your post might help someone else feel less alone. If you are ready to level up, I highly suggest the other videos in this series. We focus on how legs weaken first, with every clip targeting different aspects of power, stability, and motion, so you can keep building your strength step by step. Ready to keep those legs firing through your 80s and even your 90s? This channel is loaded with easy-to-follow flows to get you there. Take it slow, just crush one video today and stack your progress. Don't sweat the big picture. It's all about these micro wins. Keep showing up, because these small habits create a brand new you. Seriously, thanks for grinding it out with me today. Fuel your foundation now, and your body will back you up forever.